Did the Bakhtiaris kind of bring up the fact like, hey, Aaron, basically everyone here is on the Jets now. Like, what about me? Am I going to get traded or what?
I don't know what's going on with him. Yeah, no, he seemed like people came by all the time and said, "Oh, go Pat, go," or whatever, and he's like, "Well, I'm the lone soldier here left in this crew that's still on that team anyway."
Doesn't sound happy.
What about Devontae? Is he going to the Jets?
That's a good question. It doesn't seem that way, but you know what? You never know, really, right? We never truly know.
So you guys talk like zero football when you go to this thing, correct?
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, so Peyton was sitting at the table right next to us with his son and his wife, and I believe his daughter maybe too, and Stokely. Peyton and Aaron talked some good football. I saw them when they first connected. I was like, oh, this is going to be like one of those conversations people talk about. Peyton gave him all this advice on what it's like to go to a new team and all this. So I got overheard that whole conversation. But
that's breaking news.
Got to see Marcus Freeman too as well. Got to talk to him for a little bit.
Nice,
AJ. That's breaking news. What you just said. That I can't believe you just shared that.
They had
with
a
us.
film
Thank
crew.
you.
I think they had a film crew come probably film them too.
Shocking.
Is that right?
I'm sure we'll see it on
Peyton's place
somewhere.
Omaha Productions.
Yeah.
Like I think Billy Turner might have been onto something.
Oh yeah.
This has to be among the happiest he's been in a very long time.
Yeah, and won't sink in, I don't think, especially as a Patriots fan, and for Ty, might never. Like, with Brady, it took not just that first year. Like, the first year that he went, they won the Super Bowl. It still didn't feel, like, real until maybe week 8 or week 9. Like, it's not going to – the first time the Patriots play the Jets, it won't feel like it's a serious, real situation here until it is, like, pretty heavily into the season. Like, okay, Aaron Rodgers is, first of all, a New York Jet. Second of all, is not number 12 anymore. Like, him wearing 8 is going to be weird.
Yeah.
Cool. Good number, though.
It is a good
Great
number. It is weird. But I think you're right because, like, no matter what anyone says in terms of, like, him kind of, like, mending the – like, things in Green Bay hadn't been great between him and the front office for probably the last 3 years. Like, they can say all the like, everyone can, after the fact especially, be like,
definitely not normal. Like, they got through it, and I think did an amazing job of, like, communicating and trying to get past it. But, like, it was not – no way was it easy.
Especially when you hear about him talking glowingly about, like, Ted Thompson and, like, AJ has too, and it just, like – He mentioned on here, he's like, this isn't the same regime that drafted me, like, and it kind of, even as like Packers fans, like you kind of knew it was always coming, and so it really wasn't a shock, but it does kind of like, it hurts a little bit when you see all this stuff, like he's the happiest he's been in a long fucking time,
I know,
he couldn't, and then like.
I didn't take it that way. I guess I didn't think it that way, Ty. Is that how a lot of Packers fans think now? I guess they took it as a shot almost.
Nah, I didn't take it as a shot. It's just like, it's just weird, because like you like to think in your own head, like, well, things couldn't have been that bad, like he won back-to-back MVPs. They went to an NFC championship. They probably should have won a Super Bowl during the COVID year. Like, so you hope that it wasn't like that. But then when you can kind of like go look back at it from 30,000 feet, it's like, oh yeah, there was so much animosity there. And like, he probably was just like, he couldn't wait to get out. And that kind of just sucks when it's like, it's your franchise quarterback, a guy you've been watching forever. Like, to think that his last couple years there, like, he was just gritting his teeth and couldn't wait to get out of there. Like, that kind of sucks.
And even still, like, I did feel like I felt like and I would say this, like, when Boston radio, like EI or whatever, would have me on, and they would kill me because they basically thought that Brady couldn't wait to get away from Bill and the Patriots. Mm-hmm. And like, my thought was like, it was a great time for both sides to break, and I think they were both happy about it.
Yeah, that's like for the Boston people, like the Jimmy G feels like what started that whole thing.
Right, and that's why there's so many parallels. Like, it really was, and Brady, was basically like, yeah, I'm just going to play long enough where this is not going to matter, and then did. But like the Rodgers-Packers divorce or whatever feels good for both sides. It was clean. It was respectful. Like, and
was it clean though?
I mean, as clean as it could have been.
Yeah.
Like, and especially because Rodgers likes Jordan Love, so there's no weirdness there. Mm-hmm. And, like, it was, I think it probably took a little longer than Rodgers would have liked, just the actual trade stuff. But those are negotiations, so, like, they happen when I don't know. Like, I
don't know if it was clean, just because of the 90-10 retired playing thing. Like, if it was clean, he would have retired.
Well, and even, like, his introductory press conference with the Jets, he was talking about how, like, Gutekunst didn't make enough of an effort to try to, like, contact him and reach out to him. And he was like, if you want to talk to me, you got to FaceTime with me. And then someone asked about it.
Which was amazing because, like, you can do FaceTime audio.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's a great. I mean, that's a great tactic. Anyway, go ahead.
But then Gutekunst, someone asked him about that in one of his press conferences, and he basically was like, "Yeah, that's bullshit. Like, I've tried to reach out to this guy time and time again. You know what I mean? Like, whereas if it really was like clean and not bad, I feel like both of them could have just taken the high road and be like, hey, you know, and he did. You know, he was talking about how he always is going to love his time in Green Bay and the fans and everything. But like, you can tell that there's still definitely animosity between him and the front office of the Packers.
I think that's probably right. But I still, so I still think it was, let's say, as clean as it could have been. Like, there was no, like, not a lot of sniping back and forth. Like, Rodgers didn't unleash, like, people he's close with to say all these terrible things about the Packers.
True.
It was like, let's just let this play out.
Yeah.
Like, he, you know, like, and that's why it was so interesting when he went here and was like, I intend to play for the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it seems crazy to think about now, but, like, we weren't sure of that.
Not at all.
I mean, AJ probably knew. But like,
no, I mean,
you did.
I don't know. Yeah, now looking back on the whole situation, now it seems clean because it's over and it's done. But I don't know. I don't know what that's supposed to look like. What is it supposed to look like when a guy leaves the team after being there that long and all of this? Yeah, it will be weird, especially the first like preseason, first regular season of the game to see him out there wearing number 8 for the Jets.
Yep.